Stupid bad guys zookeepers eat my snowball.
Hello, YouTubers. So I came somewhere a little more quiet to talk to you guys. I was just thinking to myself and wanted to kind of get some things off my chest and figured, why not make a video? Instead of thinking about it over and over and over again, why not get it out? Maybe that will help. So just to update you guys really quick, my husband, that was the washer. My husband did put this wall up. So this is now what the kitchen looks like. Of course, this side is still like that, but he did put that in. Yay! So excited about that. Let's turn this on. Again, the washer. Oh, and he is taking apart the front porch. Sorry, I'm covering my mouth. Front porch, and he put in like a new temporary porch, and he will be putting sorry, I was thinking about it and looking. He will be building a porch here so that French doors, we can walk out to a porch or some kind of wooded balcony area. He took apart the front porch. Bye. So that's what front porch it looks like. It's all gone, and so he's raking that area. Okay. So now that I did a little update on our house, that was mostly just so that I can see the progress. You know, if I want to watch a couple of these videos later on, I can remember how the house progressed. So I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about my the biggest reason why I feel I experienced a phantom pregnancy was the deep seated wanting of a little girl, the want of having a little girl, and me dealing with gender disappointment that my second son, because I've always only planned to have 2 children. It's always been my plan. And you know, when my first was a boy, I was like, whatever, I still have another opportunity. And when my second was a boy, I had to deal with gender disappointment during my pregnancy. And you know, but I always deep down during my pregnancy was like, well, it could be wrong. There's always that possibility that an ultrasound could be wrong. Maybe the ultrasound tech interpreted it wrong or saw something that wasn't really there. Maybe it was the milk, whatever. But when he was born, then it was real. He's a boy. There's a penis. And so I had to deal with gender disappointment. That really was real after that, because, you know, of course, before that I could always convince myself that maybe it'll be born a girl, blah, blah, blah. So, hold on. Okay, so now the reason I feel so strongly about this is because I predicted that both of my sons were going to be girls when I got pregnant. And so during both of their ultrasounds, when the technician told me that they were boys, I was slightly disappointed that I was wrong. I was not disappointed that they were a boy. I was disappointed that I was wrong, that my motherly intuition that I was having a girl was wrong. I was almost like insulted a little bit, like, oh man, maybe, you know, there's so many women out there who predict the gender of their baby, and they're right, and because they like know it automatically, and I'm like, oh, I'm not one of those women. Oh no, like, what does that mean? Anyways, so of course, you know, I love both of my sons. They are so special to me, both of them. I would not trade anything. I would not trade, like, for one to be a girl or whatever. That I very much enjoy being the mother to 2 little boys. And I would not trade that for the world. However, I am open to the possibility of having a little girl, which I think is what it helped perpetuate my phantom pregnancy. And I can say that it really contributes to the past 2 instances where I thought that possibly I could be pregnant. Now, the first time, they were very intense PMS symptoms, but my period came as normal, nothing out of ordinary, and those symptoms alleviated immediately, and as soon as my period started, and so I was like, okay, that's just PMS. That was really intense PMS. I did make a video about it. I forget now exactly what it's called, but I will link it in the description of this video if I remember. I need to remember that. But this second time I've made several videos about, so if you haven't watched those, you should. I will link those in the description of this video as well. Hopefully I remember. But yes, when I start feeling those symptoms, and they're very strong and persistent, followed by a weird period like I experienced the second time, that was very odd, very unlike my normal bleeding, and so for like about 2 or 3 days I seriously thought that maybe it could have been implantation bleeding, and then right away my head goes to, oh, maybe it's a girl. Maybe this is God's way of giving me a little girl. And so I know that my phantom pregnancy was most definitely encouraged by the want of having a little girl. And so who knows what will happen. I am still working through how I feel, because I don't want to add another child to our family, but I want a little girl. So it's very, very confusing. Very confusing. I don't want another newborn. I don't want to breastfeed again. I don't want to have another pregnancy where I have to deliver a child. I don't want to do the whole thing. I just want a female. So it's very, you know, maybe I can adopt. Yeah. So it's a very, you know, and it's not guaranteed. You can get pregnant, and I could get pregnant again, and it'd be a boy. There's no guarantee. It's basically 50-50 chance, right? So I pray. I do pray. I just kind of wanted to talk about that here. I know I've kind of mentioned it in other videos, and I've kind of acted a little more sure about it, and this time, you know, I'm acting a little bit more vulnerable about the entire situation and kind of admitting to you and being vulnerable in that. You know, because there can be people out there that say, oh, well, you don't love your boys because one of them's a girl, you know, they're not girls, or, you know, you don't love your second son because he didn't come out a girl, or whatever. I'm just going to be honest with you in how I feel in my life. I like having 2 children. I don't necessarily want 3 children. It's just a confusing place to be, but I think I will let you guys go now. Thank you guys for watching this. Be well, be happy, stay blessed. Bye.